Alright, so this game here is called Vainglory. It's a MOBA. Do you know what a MOBA is? No? So MOBA stands for Mobile Online Battle Arena, right? So basically, you play this game and, there's multiple different ones, like Fortnite is one, right? The one I was playing a minute ago. PUBG, you said you play that. It's one. So, this one's a little different. It's 5v5. I just wanted that you would play the tutorial and get your opinions on it. Alright, so go ahead and hit play. So this is a new tutorial. They came out with it, and a lot of us older people who've been playing it for a while haven't tried this, so I wanted to see what somebody who hadn't played the game thought of the new tutorial. I personally liked it, but we'll see how well you pick it up and what you think.
Each Battle of Vainglory is an epic clash between two teams of skilled heroes, racing to destroy the other team's base. You must be stealthy, intelligent, and powerful in equal measure to emerge victorious. Look, here's a bigger challenge. Tap each enemy once to chase and attack them. Ranged enemies will run away from your attacks if they are able to. Using only your basic attacks won't be enough. But all Vainglory heroes have 3 unique special abilities. Use your first ability, little assassin. Finn is dealing huge damage. Use your healing flask in your inventory to heal yourself. Well done.
So what do you think so far about the basic abilities? Fairly easy to learn what you're supposed to do? Do you feel like the directions were too late? Like they came after you were already fighting?
I felt like they were like, oh, use this right when I was in the middle of fighting.
I noticed that too. It seemed like it was a little like, hey, you're about 5 seconds too late there, brother. Alright, so what you just did, so by doing the tutorial, you just unlocked the hero you're just playing. So go ahead, hit OK, and you go to the next step of the tutorial.
Oh my god, it just broke. Are you kidding me?
What, bro?
What the heck?
The path into the enemy base is guarded by massive cannons called turrets. These things won't play around. The first trick is to escort our friendly minions to the enemy turret. Those enemy minions are blocking us. Remember your spin attack?
Okay, turn the music off, please.
This is going to be so good.
Okay, go fix it.
What's up, Ryan? So we got a new player here. She's doing the tutorial.
Go attack the turret while it's busy attacking our minions.
Great idea.
Is she playing as Kashka?
Mm-hmm.
No!
Enemy turret has targeted you. Run it back
That's
to
my
safety,
character.
little assassin. Another group of friendly minions will be along shortly. Wait until the next wave arrives and escort them to the turret again.
Go tell Daddy's live stream it's your birthday.
Behind ice.
Yeah, Ryan. So this one's a little different, man. It's I thought it was better tutorial playing it myself. Watching a new player do it and watching it explain to her what to do and when, I'm feeling a tad different. But we're just watching this right now. We're seeing what's up.
It's my birthday.
This is Aaliyah. It's her birthday today. Go Aaliyah if you played with her on stream before. getting ready for her birthday party. I hit no. Alright, so go ahead. Now we're going to level 3. So what do you think about that one? You know...
It was a little bit harder because of the machine, and it lost most of my players, so I had to run back for safety.
I kind of felt like it was the same thing that we saw the first time, where until the turret starts shooting you, it didn't tell you to run from the turret. Like, maybe give me a little warning.
Like, as it was, like, pounding bullets into me, it was like, okay, now run back to safety.
What I did notice is, unlike normal, though, that turret would have killed you in the time it took. So it kind of lets you feel the turret hitting you, and maybe that's the intention. But I think if you're trying to train somebody to be skilled... Hey, Ryan said happy birthday, Leah. If you're trying to train somebody to be skilled, you should try to teach them skilled play. But let's see. Go ahead, go to this one.
My cupcakes are done. Now.
So now you're going to play with an ally, and you're going to get Jewel.
In Vainglory, victory goes to the strong. Thus, getting stronger is the most important thing you can do on the battlefield. I'll tell you about crushing enemies, taking their gold, and throwing shopping.
So this here wants you to choose your build. You can pick one of 3 builds, or you can one of 2 builds, or you can manually build. All right. So now it's telling you to buy something.
Follow the highlighted path toward the enemy base. Be careful. Enemies can appear out of nowhere.
They hide Isaac. It's ours.
Yeah, you're seeing Ryan. They got 5v5 is already set up for a battle royale. So why we don't have one is beyond me.
Yeah, you see how I bake in the oven?
Another enemy hero is coming. Use your abilities to crush her into the dust.
This is going to be so good.
Well done. She'll be back though, so now's your chance to deal some solid damage to that turret.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is really rough, Ryan. And again, watching this without the instructions, it's kind of interesting. So let me help you out there, Grace. Right now you're fighting that turret and you see that you're not doing any damage. The reason you're not doing any damage is because you have to take the turrets in order, and it's not telling you that. Now, it's not letting the turret kill you, which is only making you do it more, right? So you need to go back towards the other turret, which is the one that you can take. Once you take that turret, you can take this turret. And the same thing it didn't tell you, so there you go. Now, when these minions get up there, you can take the next turret. The other thing it didn't tell you is hitting that enemy, even though you had minions there, forced the turret to target you. So,
Okay, but let's run faster.
normally you wait until your team is up there, then you can take that turret. See how now you're doing damage? And also when it explodes, it hurts you. So normally you want to get away from it when it explodes. So I kill that minion there so your minions can push. So those are minions. The blue one's your team, the orange is the enemy team. Normally when they're inside that little yellow circle there, the turret will not shoot you, it'll shoot them. If, like right now, you're in the circle but they're not, the turret's going to shoot you. So you want to help kill those minions so your minions can move forward. Alright, so now you can go and you'll push this turret really quickly. So when you're in that area, you've got a couple of choices. See, right now you see how that's firing at you? You want to stay in front of the turret so that it doesn't see you. So you have a choice right now. Your minions were fighting the turret, then the other minions got there, right? You can either kill those minions so that your minions will help you take the turret, or you can take the turret while the minions fight each other. Two different ways of doing it based off of which hero you're using will help you determine which is best. Now that's called an armory. So it's telling you at the top to destroy the armory. Same thing goes with turrets. The difference is that armory makes your pretty babe. That armory makes your minions weaker. So if you kill the armory, which you have done, now your minions are stronger than their minions, which helps you push. So this is the 5v5 map, which it hasn't explained to you yet. Basically, it's making you go down the middle, but there are 3 of those lanes. And it'll talk about that in the next tutorial. Now that is telling you to destroy the vein crystal. Once you destroy that, the game is over.
This?
The big one. Yeah, as soon as you kill it, the game's over. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not given better direction. Alright, so let's see what you get this time. Now you got Catherine, which is weird because it said Catherine was on your team at the beginning, but I never saw Catherine. Ryan, am I the only person who missed Catherine in that match? What happened to that? Was Catherine only there to stop from the aces? Is that what happened? Alright, so this is 5v5 with bots. It's the final lesson. Go ahead and start that one. I agree, Ryan. I only saw her when the game started. I also noticed, Ryan, it's not explaining any of her abilities. It's not showing her where she can go find information on her abilities. So she's just picking them and doing stuff. Well, maybe if she knew what each ability did, she'd know which one to start with or when to use them. They have not explained the roles at all. They just have arrows on the screen and things at the top of the screen. But again, it never explained what the vein crystal was, so it just kept saying destroy the vein crystal, but it never told her what a vein crystal was.
Daddy, the shark's mouth is biting.
I know. I thought you would like those.
I do.
So remember I said earlier, without your minions, you can't kill that turret.
Where are my minions?
They're there now. Well, they were fighting the other guy. So your better bet would have been to kill that guy, so your minions wouldn't have been fighting us.
Mine too.
So now you want to kill those minions. Yep. Or the enemy. So you get to pick. Do you kill the turret or do you kill one of those guys right there? Normally, I would say you kill that guy because he's going to be hitting you, right? In this particular case, he's not really hitting you, so I don't know what you should do. But right now, he's probably going to kill you.
You were
See?
killed. But don't worry, after a short while, the vein crystal will resurrect you.
So this is the first time you saw death. Now, while you're dead, you can actually do your shopping, so you can keep buying stuff. If you click on the shop below that, you can pick what you want to buy. So you saw that they had 3 options. 2 were recommended and 1 was manual. You can actually go in there and you can pick from a vast amount of different items you want, right? So you can buy defense, you can buy a weapon, you can buy crystal, you can buy a shield, you can buy support items. Multiple different things you can buy in there based off what you want to do.
But it doesn't tell us what they do.
If you go back to recommended, oh, if you hit on them, they will tell you what they do. So if you touch it, but don't double click it, just hit it one time. Over to the right, it'll tell you what item does.
I made it by myself.
Yeah, so Ryan, we know things from having played the game that we can use to help her, but it's not how. No, Lena.
Oh.
Let her learn herself. That's why I want to see how easy it is for her to learn.
Like she was like tapping it once.
She was reading them. I told her to tap it one time so she could read them. Yeah, so we know like the question mark will tell you what your abilities are. We know the shop button will tell you where to go to shop. But the game should tell you that if you're a new player. I really liked playing this in PvE and playing it when it went live. I really liked the new tutorial. But I liked it because of the graphical animations and walkthrough. I didn't think about it as if not knowing what it was doing, if it helped. The interesting thing is the point of this to me was to show that the new tutorial was really good. It's only now that I'm seeing that it's actually not. So, and I don't know even if playing it now, I would have been objective. I hadn't had somebody here who hadn't played before doing it. So, they definitely got to work on it. But again, you see even now, like you probably haven't played the tutorial since it was changed. You see now that they've got 5v5 Battle Royale already set up. Why don't we have this? You've got people who are complaining right now. It would take you very easy amount of work to give them something that would make them appeased for at least a short period of time. Why not do it? I mean, she still doesn't know what her abilities do, and we're in 5v5 training right now. You can go ahead and take the turret now. It's very, I don't want to say interesting, because that implies this is not a bad thing. It is very disconcerting that our tutorial mode is this bad. You know, I was listening to Woodworking talk about it, which is what triggered me to have this idea. And my idea was to have two people. You don't need your minions to take the crystals. You can take the bank crystals yourself. But having those two other armories up make it harder to take the crystals. But you see how your teammates are trying to take those other armories and they're not doing any damage? So they're bots, which means they're computerized. It means they're also dumb. You can't take the armory until you take the predecessing turret. Each of those lanes have the same amount of turrets you've already taken. You just played a 5v5 mode and you don't even know that there's two more lanes, or that there's a jungle, or that you can't take an armory without a turret, or that you can't take a second turret without taking the first turret. At no point has it taught you any of these things. Alright, so go ahead, continue. Let's see what it tries to teach you next. Alright, so now it's giving you daily rewards, so it's going to try to teach you that. Daily rewards, every day you play, they give you different things just to kind of keep you playing, just like probably every other game you've ever played. So they gave you 500 glory. So if you play those 7 days, you get these different things. Play 2 days in a row, you get a boost. It's not really telling you what a boost is, so that's kind of ridiculous. 3 days, you'll get Celeste, which is a hero. 4 days, you'll get Glory. 5 days, you'll get Lance. 6 days, you'll get Glory. 7 days, you'll get Gwen and a Gwen skin. So these are great rewards. You'll see that even though you played today's your first day, look at your clock going down. It's not based off of when you collect, it's based off of the day setting from Vainglory. Again, we now have played this for, how long have we been going? We've now been playing this game for 20 minutes. They have not explained what Glory is, which they just gave you some. They have not explained this at all about how the reset starts. So go ahead and hit X and see if it helps you any further. Hit play, see what it has. So play gives you these different things you can pick, right? What do you want to do? Okay. So what are you going to do?
Players are given a random hero out of the entire Vainglory roster and locked into a battle in the lane. The objective is to destroy the enemy vein crystal located on the opposite end of the map. To reach the vein crystal, teams will first need to destroy 5 of the enemy team's turrets that guard the entrance to the base. Only after all the enemy turrets are destroyed will their vein crystal be vulnerable to attack. The first team to destroy the enemy vein crystal wins. In this game mode, the jungle is off limits, and players will have to stay on the stone path located towards the top of the map. This means that teams will constantly clash as they try to push forward towards the opposing team's base. When the game begins, players can purchase items, but beware, there's a barrier surrounding the sanctuary. As soon as you leave, you won't be able to return to purchase additional items or to heal. Only when your hero dies and respawns will you be allowed back at your sanctuary. This is a brawl game mode that allows the use of talents, collectible hero upgrades that modify or empower your existing abilities in fun and interesting ways. At the start of the game, you can choose from any of the talents that you own to enjoy their benefits for the rest of the match.
So there's some things I really liked about this and some things I didn't like. First, this is exactly what we were missing in the tutorial. There should have been a brief period at the beginning of each of those modes that explained what the point of the mode or training was.
Oh, what just happened?
There also should have been a point during that that explained the next step. So that went well, but what I didn't like is that she picked Battle Royale, and I'm not sure why. Why did you pick Battle Royale versus other modes? So she picked Battle Royale because it looked cool just off the image, right? Which is fine, other than you really can't learn Battle Royale until you learn something else, because in Battle Royale, it kept talking about things she hasn't been taught yet. It talks about a jungle. We are now 22 minutes in, and they've never even told her there is a jungle. She was allowed to go into the jungle in the last training, but she didn't know. All she's been taught was the lane. Was she going to just randomly just walk into the jungle? That doesn't make any sense, right? So you shouldn't probably be able to go into Battle Royale until you've learned all of the map and then been explained this uses this portion of the map, right? I think realistically you should probably have gone into a blitz training, then a 3v3 training, then a blitz, then a VR training, and then going into the 5v5 training. I think that should have been the proper hierarchy. Okay, so go ahead and hit X out there. So at this point still, nothing has shown her what anything on the left menu does. So how would she know, why do I pick home? Why do I pick heroes? Why do I pick market? Why do I pick party? What the hell is social? What's the tap to log in? What are those 4 buttons at the top? What are those 2 buttons in the middle at the top? The only thing she knows is right now they want her to push that play button because it keeps blinking a circle and a hand. When she hits that, it just says, hey, go ahead, hit it. It just says, hey, there's 4 things. And one thing's not even on the screen.
It's brawl mode.
Oh, there's a 5th thing. Hey, how do I know the scroll to get the 5th thing? There's no visual scroll meter at the bottom. It says brawl mode, but what does she know about a brawl mode? They've never explained it. They explain it at the very end of the how-to Battle Royale video. So I'm not quite sure that makes much sense. And then she just went to tutorial. But this, as you and I know, is the link to the old tutorial. Go ahead, tutorial, please. But she doesn't know that. Oh, actually, this is still the new tutorial. So it uses the old tutorial image, but it's going to take her back to where she's already been, which means she still at no point gets taught 3v3 or really 5v5. At no point is it going to teach her that. This is pretty rough, man. Go ahead, X again. Alright, so go ahead and hit heroes. So those are all your heroes you can play. What it's not telling you here is you got some that say free to play above them, and some that have locks underneath them, and then you'll see Koshka, it doesn't have it. So what they're trying to tell you is you own Koshka, but they give you a certain set of free heroes every week. I think it'd be great to have a short video that pops up when you go in here that tells you that. If you hit on one of the people that have the lock underneath it, go ahead and hit one of the people with the lock. So this will tell you about that hero. It's going to tell you your abilities. If you go to the bottom, if you touch them, it'll tell you what their abilities are. You have your A, your B, and your ult, and it'll tell you what your perk is. There are tips that tell you things about the hero. to the left, it shows you that there are 2 ways to get the hero. This doesn't tell you what those 2 ways are. The one on the left is glory. As you're playing more and more and more, you build glory. As you do the 7 days, you get glory. The far right is ice. You can buy in with ice. That's actual money, in-game currency, right? If you go to the very top where it says Grumpjaw, which is the hero's name, you can click on skins. These are different skins that are available for the hero. You can buy those. And you can click on talents, which are the talents that they were talking about in the Battle Royale. So again, at no point has it told you any of these things. We got to go. Unfortunately, we can't play more. I was hoping to actually play a game with you and teach you myself. Maybe in the future we can. Maybe Angelina will play with you. I'd love to see that happen. But maybe we'll do that if you don't mind. I'll maybe put it on your phone, and then me, you, and Angelina can play tonight after I drop you off. And we can kind of go through a training that way. But guys, this was a short stream. I just really wanted to kind of get this out, and I only had a short period of time to use my pupil here. Very few people I know who haven't played the game already, so it was interesting to get her perspective on it. I will see y'all later.